So we're here today with Jose Zuniga. We're closing on his house tomorrow. Here behind us, moving boxes in the back. It's exciting. These guys are heading for the East Coast. We're super excited for them, and I've had a great experience.
I have had a great experience as well.
Working with the two of you,
John and
with you and Laura, and it's been awesome. What surprised you about the process that we've gone through together?
The most important lesson I learned about you was that this process was told to me on day one. You predicted everything to the T. The very first time we talked about everything, you laid it out, and it's exactly how it happened. So, and it's been as smooth as you predicted.
Thank you. And this is unrehearsed. And what did that mean to you and Laura in the process? What did that do for you, having it laid out that way?
Well, it kind of taught me that we had good instincts and that you have great instincts. So we sort of trusted you and Chuck, and we learned to just kind of follow along because you kind of understood us, and then we understood you, and it just kept getting better and better. So we became very efficient as it happened.
Yeah.
But essentially it was that. I think we just learned to trust you, even though we wanted to, and I think you trusted us. So
well, if it from our side, it felt like a partnership. Right, and we love that. We love that with clients. When we were on the same page, we're working together as a team. You guys trusted us, and you took advice, and you acted on that, and as a result, you had what from our side appeared to be a really great experience.
We did, and teamwork would be the word, because we were a little hesitant. We've only sold one house. This is this house.
Yep.
And we immediately, once we gave in, we were fully rewarded because everything you said made such sense to us, and we fed back and forth, and communication was perfect. So
thank you.
The only thing I would say is just one. I had my, I think you remember. I was in the beginning a little asked too many questions, a little fearful.
Not possible. Well, you were and I think I've said this to you several times along the way. You were exactly where you needed to be in the moment, right? Yes. You were feeling what you should feel. Everything that you were feeling was perfectly normal in the process. And any of you that have been through it know it can be nerve-wracking. Like there's some tension that goes along with it, and so we just try to put you at ease as much as possible, and hopefully through the prediction give you some certainty as much as we could give you in the process.
And even when there were moments that seemed like, oh, this is a problem that we definitely cannot solve, we talked about it and we found a way.
Yeah.
When did we move into this historic property? A year or so after we moved to LA from New York. And my wife's an artist and sort of kind of had an idea of what we wanted, but once we walked into it, we kind of sensed that feeling of like history in LA. And we've been here ever since. But it was always, you're always kind of doubting, but then every once in a while the house itself would just kind of tell you where you were. And it's a special
And you've been here about almost 25 years.
25 years with this fall,
Yeah. So, that's nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty lovely place. Waking up here is like peaceful. Every point of the day reminds you of something, so it's very interesting that way. There's like a story for every hour of the day.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's kind of lovely. At the end of the day, it's very pretty too.
The light's beautiful in this house, especially in this room.
The light's very nice. Yeah, I discovered the community as the years went on. It's not obvious at first because I was coming from a different lifestyle in New York. It's much more hectic. Here, I didn't realize it's just out there if you want it. So as we got to walk around and see the neighborhood over the years, we started to feel that it was actually a community. So I started to kind of unpeel the layers, but it's all there. And now it's just so obvious. People walk around here. It's very peaceful. It's kind of meditative. There's traffic at certain points, and we all avoid it. And then there are points when the day just feels really nice. It ends nicely. It begins nicely. There's people we see, talk to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lovely neighborhood.
It's a real neighborhood.
It's unlike anything in LA, actually. I think at this point, LA has changed so much. This is a really lovely neighborhood unto itself, yet accessible. Mm-hmm. Which has gained more value over time. In the beginning, I'd be like, it's not the hills. And then over the years, like, this is what's important, community and access.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What do you look for in a client?
We can do a lot more business if we're in business with people that we can work with. We could do 2 or 3 good deals with people that we have a relationship with than one deal that just sucks the life out of us, right? With a really difficult client that's just not trusting and we're not on the same page with. So the more we have the kind of relationship that you and Laura and Chuck and I have had, the more business that we can get to at the end of the day, because it just clicks. And and you trust us, and we're not constantly scrambling around trying to wonder like what's next and where did that come from and how did we get here, and I don't understand where they're coming from, and I don't know why they feel the way they feel, and why are they questioning this when it's exactly what we said we were going to do. Like all of that is extremely energy consuming. Like it really takes a lot of energy to manage just someone that doesn't trust you in the process, which is why we so appreciate the way that you and Laura work. You're like got on board and we went forward and didn't look back.
Yeah, that's about right.
And you had a lot of questions, and that's great because you don't do this all the time. So of course you've got questions.
Yeah.
And we love those questions, and those questions bring clarity to it for you. And so a comfortable client is a much easier client. So the more we can answer and the more we can bring you on board and the more comfort we can create in the process for you, the better it is for us. And certainly the better it is for the two of you, because you're more relaxed and you're more, you have a better experience at the end of the day. We get a better outcome. We get a better review. We get a better, client, base and referrals from that. So that's what we work for.
And that does remind me that I also felt that Chuck and you, John, were part of this community, this neighborhood, and that actually added to the whole experience. It really felt like we were keeping it in this family that we're discovering that we kind of had all along.
Yeah.
Kind of feel.
Well, I mean, you can sell a house anywhere, but it's easier and more fun, and there's more energy surrounding selling a property that you're actually connected to or that you have some affinity for in some way.
Yeah.
Anybody can sell a box anywhere, but to sell a house like this, an historic property in an historic neighborhood with a story and with vintage fixtures and this incredible fireplace and all the things that come with the house and that came with you guys, makes it even more enjoyable for us. There's just more energy around that. It's more exciting, right, when you're connected to the thing that you're selling. So we love old houses. We began working together.
It was I remember
first meeting.
I think from there you gave it like.
Well, you gave us a target of when you wanted to be out of here, and we backed into that equation. Right. So I think you guys were just prepping the house and painting and doing touch-ups and getting ready for about 2 months, I guess it was. And then everything went as we predicted. We got the house photographed, got it on the market. We were on the market 2 weeks, which is what we anticipated. We had multiple offers on the property, and then we knew it would be a 30-day close. So we were able to predict out about 45 days of between the time you went to market until today.
One of the things I learned, though, so interesting, the process of seeing how you present it to the world, and then when we started to get the offers, just to see how people would react to the home. And we had to be out, but we didn't manage to feel the anticipation. That was interesting. And then how the people that wanted it, how they kind of fit the home. And you start to see this kind of trait that certain people have, like you relate to someone who appreciates the home. And so it's this kind of communal world. I don't know, it's very intense in a way. Like certain people will like this home, and you connect to those people, and we connected to you. So you start to recognize these things.
Well, they're patterns, right? As you go through this. And typically, houses attract buyers energetically anyway. This is a single guy that's stepping in, and there's a couple living here now, but you guys have some things in common, right? There's some energetic similarities between you and between the great guy that's buying the house. Industry wise, just a kind, gentle, lovely person who's going to appreciate this house. And so it creates this similar mindset and this similar attraction to a property like this.
This is Jake. Jake has lived his whole life in this house, and he is going to.
Are you ready for Connecticut?
East Coast. Yeah.
Are you ready for Connecticut? He's like, Connecticut what?
And his patterns are so tied into the home.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes to the back door, and he goes to here, and he doesn't bark when he needs to. He barks every other time because it's his house.
you can do what you want to. It's your space. Well, you're going to have an adjustment, but you're going to love it.
Yeah.
It's going to be good for you.
Jake from the neighborhood.
Exactly.
So we're very grateful to you for that.
Thank you. Well, we're grateful. Chuck and I are grateful to you, Laura.
Chuck had the patience to steer quietly, and also he knew when to say, I defer to John. And John would say, I'm going to let Chuck.
That's the secret to a great marriage.
There you go.
Well, and you all and Chuck had been showing up for you for
years.
a decade, probably.
Yes.
Coming by to see you guys and introduce himself and say hello. And this is a neighborhood we do a lot of work in, and we love that when it pays off in the long run. And so you had this ongoing relationship that came to pay off for both of us.
Exactly. Laura would greet Chuck, sometimes very abruptly and sometimes very friendly. But over the years, we just knew Chuck and came by, and when the time came to decide who to do this with, there was no question, Chuck and Chuck.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you for the business. Thank you for doing this with us, giving folks a little idea of what kind of goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're so grateful to you, and we're going to stay in touch, and we'll do it again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do it again.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, John.